Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and our interview presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Joining me in studio right now is the director of the Office of Planning and Development for Indiana County, Byron Stauffer. Byron, I hope I got the title correct at least.
Yes, you did. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Byron. How are things over at the office?
Oh, good. You know, just like a lot of our employers, we have a little turnover right now that we're dealing with, but otherwise, the staff is very busy and doing projects, writing new grants, and implementing projects that are priority for the county.
Is this kind of the busy season right now with all the projects?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously we're in this, spring, summertime construction season. So we do tend to have a lot of active projects, both in economic development, certainly, community development, housing projects. So the staff, we get grants and we help seniors stay in their homes with different projects. So whether it's a roof or windows or furnace or accessibility, so a lot of projects are being implemented to keep residents in their homes and improve conditions for their quality of life.
That seniors program has been around for a while. Remind our listeners of what it's called and how they can actually become a part of that. The seniors program that you mentioned, I guess it's to help out their building.
We get various grants through the home program. And other grants that the county will commissioners direct us to apply for. But basically anybody that has a need and have a health issue or something and precluding them from staying in their home, or just some deferred maintenance type things. Those are programs that the office can help with. We do have some waiting lists. But if there is a need, we get a lot of referrals from aging services, other housing groups. But yeah, it's the whole home repairs program is another grant, if that's the one you were referring to.
Yeah.
So we got some funding for that as well. But again, targeted to try to keep residents that are struggling with their deferred maintenance or staying because of health issues, or that they can stay in their homes, and that's programs that we try to implement to improve our residents' quality of life.
That's great stuff to do, actually.
Yeah, we got a great team, and we write the specs and put things out to bid. So it's grant monies that come in and hire local contractors in most cases, buy from local vendors that sell suppliers, and so it's good for the economy as well.
One of the things that I had wanted to talk about, and I know it's still kind of early days on it, but it is the First Commonwealth Building Project that I'm calling it temporarily because it's going to be the future home for the Chamber, the Tourist Bureau, Downtown Indiana Incorporated. First off, it's a great acquisition for the county to have that land donated by First Commonwealth, I believe, for those three offices to go into place. But your office is going to, it sounded like, be in charge of trying to get things together to get the wheels going to convert that from bank space to office space.
Yeah, it's really an interesting project, and I'm pleased to be involved. I mean, First Commonwealth Bank approached the county commissioners about receiving 600 Philadelphia Street, which is the old First National Bank building, constructed in 1934 roughly. It's beautiful marble architecture, 37-foot in ceilings. But it's been the bank for a long, long time. And the good news is First Commonwealth will continue to have an operational bank presence. They're going to be very shortly constructing a new branch in the forget the address, but it's the First Commonwealth Place building, the brick building.
Yeah, that's right next door almost.
Across the alley from the Coney.
Right. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
So there will be a state-of-the-art, modern, smaller branch facility that will bank customers will be able to get their business served there, and And as a result of the project, as you mentioned, the Tourist Bureau, the Chamber of Commerce in downtown Indiana, will be tenants in the building. The county will receive the donation. We're going to try to keep all of the architectural elements that we can. No real build outs per se of new offices, like that. So we're going to put in a ADA accessible restrooms, like family restrooms. So it's a welcome center. We're calling the project temporarily the Welcome Center at the Bank.
Okay.
Okay, and 600 Philadelphia Street. The building will be donated, as I mentioned. So we're going to install some bathrooms. So as visitors come, they'll have ADA accessible bathrooms. Behind the teller line, if you're familiar with the bank.
Yeah, on the right side of the building.
Yeah, that will be a large conference training room.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we will build some internal walls to keep the light coming through and be some acoustical kinds of things. No hard deck ceiling or anything like that. So, but just enough to get the sound up above the open space. And then, and basically just, preserve the building otherwise, and transition to a collective, where we have cooperation amongst three nonprofit entities that do a lot of quality of life and organizational, venues and events that happen around the county. So it, hopefully will be a good place that, both county residents will be able to come and visit, and get services, but also visitors to come from outside to get information, buy merchandise, and basically have a place to convene in town while they're visiting.
Talking with Byron Stauffer this morning from the Office of Planning and Development, getting some updates on some things going on with the office. One of the other things that I was kind of curious about, Byron, and we had done some things about this in the past, but the digester plant down in Center Township. Maybe you can give us an update on how things are going with that?
Well, one thing I want to mention before we move on to the
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop.
No, that's fine. Is that 600 Philadelphia Street will remain on the be a taxable property in a form of a payment in lieu of taxes.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that as a pilot.
So payment in lieu of taxes. So, I want the listeners to, again, kind of reinforce that fact that as rents are paid, the taxes will also continue to be paid for the borough, the county, and the school district.
So in essence, the county and the school districts will not lose any money because of the fact that this is now being donated to three nonprofit organizations.
Well, the county will receive the donation.
The county will receive the donation,
right,
obviously, but the taxes,
it's not a governmental use, so it's a private nonprofit use. So we will, again, continue to make sure that those taxes are paid.
Glad that was clarified.
Yes,
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem. So, so the anaerobic digester, I was just there, met with the company that's constructing it is a company called Air Liquide. And they're a French company, and it's a very large project. And the pipeline that probably folks saw that ran parallel with the Hoodlebug Trail, it was constructed underneath 119 there, right across from the Coral Grayston area. That project is 98% done. We got some fencing to do at the ends, but the restoration work, along the Hoodlebug Trail has been completed. We will monitor that through the spring and the summer to make sure that the grass is green and no divots or anything like that. No runouts. So everything will be back to where it was. There was some asphalt put down to make sure that any places that were damaged were properly repaired. So we wanted to get that done before the prime Hoodlebug kind of season. Yeah. So we kind of timed that when we did, so it was a little bit less traffic during that time. On the site at the 119 Business Park on Lot 2 at the top, you can see some of the activity, but the large concrete tanks are being constructed and all the pipes that come in. And then off-site, there's about 15 farms currently that are receiving improvements to the farms to be able to have the cow manure picked up and collected, and then at the end of the process, it makes the natural gas There will be dry solids.
And that goes back to the farmer,
And that goes
right?
back to the farmer, and the liquids go back for nutrient management. So it's a very sustainable process. It takes 34 days roughly in the digestion process. It extracts all the gas, and then that goes into the pipeline and connects with the People's Gas Interconnect. So if you think about the gas you buy at Sheetz, and you see 10% ethanol, so the gas that you may go through your furnace, think of it, and that there will be a mixture of a anaerobic digester produced gas, which are essentially the same carbon molecules that are derived from natural gas that comes directly from the ground.
Well, that's good progress on that. The fact that it's 98% complete with that
The pipeline
and the plant is going strong right now.
Yep, it should be completed. Should be completed this fall and up and operational before the end of the year.
Just in time for heating season.
Yep, and so we're very encouraged. And again, the farmers, the agricultural folks that are partnering with Air Liquide will actually be paid for their manure.
Wow!
And will have received some improvements to their farms as a result. But there will be payments based on what they contribute to the digester process in pounds or weight, and basically it's a good alternative as we have losing our coal-fired power plants, as Marcellus has been here, and lost a lot of our conventional gas. So we have the opportunity to stay in the energy play with a sustainable source through the anaerobic digestion process.
We're just about out of time, Byron, but is there another project that maybe you wanted to maybe give our listeners an update on?
Yes, it's very important to the county commissioners, and working with Senator Pittman, Representative Struzzi, Representative Smith, and even our federal delegation. Broadband is continues to be front and center. Appreciate everybody's patience. We continue to get calls of interest, and ones that coming down our road. We're also getting calls and emails from people with pictures, that either the REA truck or the Solsgiver truck or the Comcast truck or the Verizon truck, is going down their road. So we're everything's under construction, and we're going through the process. So people are getting added every day, every week, every month, and we're also working very closely with our state delegation on the Pennsylvania Broadband Development Authority to deploy the BEAD funding, which should bring more resources to do more projects here. And so we will continue to pursue that for as long as it takes, and chase every dollar and get those projects operational. And just lastly, the Indiana County Development Corporation at the Windy Ridge Business Technology Park was awarded a PA Sites grant for $1 million.
Yeah.
And so, again, another opportunity to continue the development and getting sites pad ready, again, to enhance our competitiveness, to try to compete for capital projects and job creation projects here in the county. And one of our strategies is continue to invest in our business parks to try to have sites ready to go. So when the businesses call and we find those opportunities, that we can respond quickly and get businesses up and running. So we're being very aggressive on that front as well.
When you say you're busy, you are busy. Wow.
Well, I think
that's a lot.
It's a busy time. Collectively, all of our partners in the Center for Economic Operations and everybody is trying to pull their weight and keep moving Indiana County forward.
All right. Byron Stauffer, thanks very much for joining us.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Josh.